Good morning, good morning. Welcome to my channel, Underrated Dolphins. Yours truly, the number one grinder. We got another one, Morning Real Talk, part 45. Yes, part 45. Again, ladies and gents, welcome. I already put the link in the chat. Anybody that wants to join the panel, hit me by the email. Only time you can get on the panel, hit me by the email, and I have to know you. I have to know you. All right. Um, I forgot to do this. Sorry, y'all. Been a little crazy, but we gonna get it done. Come enjoy real conversation with the number one grinder, us as the righteous ones. Individually, let's make a change within ourselves and generally being there for each other. We all we got. Yes, 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 we all we got. My Instagram family, I did trying to send the links out to y'all, and it will not let me. I will be checking out, often and see I can send the links out so y'all can come and join. Um, we all we got. Just remember, we all we got. Um, what we gonna do? I'm gonna hit y'all with New York. Be back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Who we got? Oh, Coco Tina. All right. All right. Again, welcome, welcome, welcome again. Coco Tina, watch out for your email that I'm going to send you so you can come on the panel. And again, Instagram is not working. I can't send nothing out. So Coco Tina, watch out for your email. I just sent it out. While I'm doing that, start sending the links out. Yeah. 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 Let's see. I'm right here, family. I'm right here. And while I'm talking to y'all, I'm sending the links out. I started a little late. Pardon me for the inconvenience. Trust me, pardon me for the inconvenience. Shoot. Yeah. Pardon me for the inconvenience. Pardon me for the inconvenience. Let's see. Yeah, I had a good weekend. I was come to find out your friend is here. See somewhere. Put it to you that way. Your sis is here. But yeah. But she had to go out. She went out to take care of some things, so she'll be back about another hour, hour and a half. Yeah, so she we had a good weekend. We had dinner together. She got here a little late by maybe like some I think some till 11, some 12. Yeah, she had to take care of things and but we weekend's good. Weekend's good. Weekend been good. Yeah, we had a good weekend. Yeah, yeah. That's why. Wasn't for my end. It wasn't for my end, but we had a good time. We had a good time. Actually said we talked. We did talk some more too. So but we're gonna talk about some things this morning. Hopefully people hopefully they engage. That's what I'm hoping. Want people to engage. And ladies, you are welcome to come on the panel. You know, stop looking at men. Oh, I'm supposed to come. Read, check the top. Check. You gotta check the topic. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to come. I want y'all to engage too. It's good to hear from y'all too. All right. So, and I'm gonna do a few. We're gonna do more of self lives too. So It's gonna be a time I ain't gonna do no on panel discussion. I'm gonna do some more self lives. A lot of people, they know they like when I do self lives. So I'm gonna start doing more of that. Most likely, I ain't gonna say end of this month. I probably said maybe about next year. So watch out for that. So watch out for that. And yeah. So watch out for that. Oh, everybody's doing all right. The Giants got blown out by the Birds. Eagles just lose a close one again against Buffalo, 20-13. But I'm not going. I don't know. They playing hard. They just got to learn to finish games. And they do got a young team. I'm not making no excuses, but they got to get it done. They got to learn to get it done. So yeah, so mm, they got to get it done. So got to get it done. And so just will just want to get in playoffs. They got to win some games. I know Miami lost too. Yeah, so you don't want to keep on losing or keep on losing now. So that's very important. You don't want to get in the habit. I know they're not the same old Jets. We know that, but they got turned around. Giants, I don't know. They can. There's some people said they not good. I think they do got. I do. They got some people. I think they got some skilled players. They just gotta use one. But Daniel Jones, I don't know. I don't know about Daniel Jones. But I say this though, their offensive line is garbage. So and everything. So um. Check your email. I just send you the link to get on the panel. Just check your email right now. Brandy Grinders is she's home of a prisoner swap. There are people that say, "Well, I'm gonna do talk about it." I don't know. You pulling my breath doing that. Let's see. So, like I said, the only way you get on the panel is by no, by email. We're not going to send stuff out. And hold on, Cocotina, and hold on, we here. We get these other people, and I'll get with y'all in a few seconds. I get with y'all in a few seconds. Uh, Hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. Let me see. Get one more person in. I'm gonna hook y'all. Then y'all keep on talking, and then I'm gonna fill in. G. Oh, wait a minute, and so now this thing acting up. I don't know why they acting up. I don't know why it's acting up. I don't know why it's acting up. Cause so so I think it's very important that need to talk more. Need to talk more. Okay, that should be enough for a while. I get this off. I send out some more. Yeah, I can't believe myself. Welcome, Coco Tina, and welcome, Brother Sheik. We here. Thanks for showing up. Very much appreciated. How do you feel this morning?
Good
Feel
morning,
good.
underrated.
Good morning.
Uh, I feel good. I feel good. It was a short weekend, maybe because I worked. So
Ugh,
I just
ugh.
don't say it like that.
My fault. My bad.
But it was needed.
Mm-hmm.
Uh I think I think the last couple of weeks is gonna go real fast for me anyway.
Okay.
Um, but how are you all?
Well, I'm okay. Like I said, I'm here with the miss. She went out to take care of some things. She said she'd be back to 11. I mean, not about hour and a half. Take care of some things. So I'm here. So it was okay. So we're all right. It was pretty good weekend. Pretty good weekend. Brother Sheehy in the building. How do you feel?
Hurting, tired.
I got you.
Man, I've been working out, and I guess me working out with these little young guys, it took my body to another level. So I'm in pain
Ooh,
right now.
ooh.
I keep forgetting my age when I get around these young guys, and
Yeah,
my
that's
my body my body started to remind me about it too.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie though, cause let me tell you, back in 2011, I think I was playing ball with one of the peeps I grew up in New York, and he said, "Man, you guys, man, I take you on, man." We blew them out. Then we went to another park. He said, "Yo, Jay, take it easy, man, cause but when that compare, that's what people understand." And I'm glad you brought it up, brother. Russell's man, when that competitive kicks in, it kicks in. It don't waver or nothing. And then I was playing full court this time. Then all of a sudden I pulled my monk niggas in my knee. I said, damn. And usually you take it outside. I could take it rested off in a few days. I'll be all right. That day was in pain. I said, man, you gotta take me to the hospital. Man, listen, y'all. Whoo, that ain't no joke. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
I haven't got to that hospital status yet, but man, if
Man.
I feel like I need to, man, I'm like, whew. It's more
Hell
like
yeah.
my neck. I got a crook in my neck, so
Uh-huh.
them right there. It's got to wait for it to go out. I mean, they can't give you no pain medicine for it. More or less, just lots of rest and ice. That's the thing. I don't
Yeah.
think I ain't been putting too much ice on it. I need to start back putting ice on it. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
man.
overall, man, that's good.
That's good. Good. So, what you think about the effort? The news had come out this weekend.
About Brittany getting the release, that got to be
Oh,
one of the most stupidest trades in his. I'm like, man, we could have traded some political prisoner or something. I mean, then the bad part about it was she even admitted to doing it several times. and it was the whole setup for her, you know. And now you got like the movie. I was telling my wife about this. I was like, the movie Lord of War. I'm like, that's who
Yeah.
you guys just released. The guy who's connected well into the arms industry that can get any kind of weapons and all this stuff. And you're gonna release him for a basketball player. I'm like, even if that was like LeBron, I'd be like, keep him over there. Like, what are we doing? You know, you putting all these lives in jeopardy. You putting America's in jeopardy too, because you locked this guy up. You don't think he's gonna want revenge? Like all this stuff is taking the cake and taking the toll, but nobody's not looking at that aspect. And I'm like, man, this is just crazy. You
I
know?
really think there's something else that we as the public are not aware of,
Yeah.
because that was not a fair trade at all. So it's
Nope.
something else that was probably traded or agreed upon in addition to that, because there's no way. There's
Yeah.
no way, because it's a lot of war. They got a lot of war prisoners over there. It's no way. So
Yeah.
I really believe there's something else in the works that will probably come out later. Um, maybe it was something to, prevent war. Maybe who knows?
Yeah. Because I'm like, for that, Brittany, they could have tossed in like 3 or 4 Americans with her as well. Because I mean, you got this decorated soldier and all just everything, his whole thing, and you're gonna trade him just for her? I'm like, it doesn't. I don't get it. You know, I don't see where it makes sense. Like you said, it's got to be some more to the story. But if not, that was the worst trade in history.
Yeah, I love to talk. Check your email if you want to come up. Check your email. Yeah, it doesn't make no sense. Now they call us American hero.
Yeah. Then everybody who contribute to her getting out, they're gonna start trying to pump up and make themselves look big. It's just that's not a good look for me. It's just not a good look. You sit up here and trade her for this. Like I said, this guy, all he do is get into weapons and destruction and stuff, and you trade him off for a basketball player. I mean, even political prisoner. I would have been more comfortable with you getting a political prisoner release. I think they said they had some guy who was a teacher or something up there. Another guy who was in the military got caught. He's over there. I'm like, that should have been in the deal. Like, hey, we trade about 3, 4 of these people for her.
Just think, if I was in the military, I wouldn't even know what to think about that. Me personally, I would have been like, oh, so that's a slap in my face. So you gonna leave my brother over there, but you gonna get her? Oh, okay.
And before I get to I love to talk, that conversation is going to happen. And so what's the so this is what I'm telling this administration and even the Congress, what y'all going to say about that? This is not good. It's in the day. I'm you know what I'm gonna hold that back on that. I just love to talk. I was going to say something, but I gotta can't say that. I love to talk. Good morning, sis. How you doing? Say something, but I gotta.
You might have like your
I love to
background
talk. Good
playing.
morning, sis. How you doing?
Good morning, how you doing? Underrated.
You might have like your background playing. That must be you. Might take cut off your
Yeah.
YouTube. That must be
Can
you.
you?
Might take
There
cut
you
off your
go.
YouTube.
You might be having like you got 2 devices on, or the page open up twice.
There you go. Not me.
Is that me?
Yes, you. You.
Okay, I think I caught myself. I got it. Yeah, it was me. Sorry.
That's all right. Blame on somebody on Monday. I just mess with you. Yeah, we talking about Brittany Grinder and stuff. Are you familiar of the? I don't know why you say I'm familiar because you had to be familiar.
I'm familiar with it a little bit. I was talking about it. And my understanding is that the only reason why she stood in that jail that long enough was because they was looking for a good trade. I don't know if they had somebody in mind or they just wanted a random person, but it looked like they had somebody in mind and they didn't have that specific person, so they probably jumped onto the next one and they found somebody. Um, he's a armed. He trades guns. I think it is like he trades guns between the states and stuff like that. And that's all I really know. I don't have no judgment on it. I just think that she's crazy. Why did you think that you was gonna get away with carrying things like that from a state or a country that you're not even from, and you don't even know the rules and regulations?
All right, let's all right. Let's talk about it then. Let's talk about let's talk. Let's build on that then. Let's go. That's a
Can I
good
say
point.
something about that?
Go ahead.
It's the crazy part. She been going over there for a couple of years now. It wasn't her first or second year over there playing basketball. Because I mean, like they say, there's no question. They pay way more than America for the women's basketball because with their program getting the people involved and the sports in general over there, women's basketball doing pretty good, just like the men's. But say the least, she been transporting those little cartridges over there for a while. And then the number one thing that all the people that I've been hearing, like the rappers and other ball players, they say you never, transport drugs across the country. Always get your stuff when you get there. The same hemp oils that she was getting or natural weed, she can get over there in that country. So why was she trying to transport this stuff like that when she can get it over there? That's the crazy part. She was,
That
I guess, didn't want to pay her. I don't know what this deal was.
that's what I'm saying. But any weed smoker, they supply is the best supplier. So they might not got good weed over there like we have in our neighborhoods.
Yeah,
You
but
get what I'm
it was,
saying? Definitely better than the
yeah,
pharmacies.
yeah, but it was the oil though. That was the thing. She wasn't smoking the natural. She was using the oil, and you can put all kind of different stuff in those. A lot of times with those oils, more or less, they're kind of legal to a degree. But I guarantee they explained to her that nope, you're not having that over here. And I'm quite sure the coaches and all of them talked to her about it. And she just most likely did it in her room and kept it on the low. You know what I'm saying? But still, it's like even the ball players who lose all that money in them contracts when they get found weed in their system, you're gonna lose all this money just because you want to smoke weed. And then not only that, you put America, you know, under the radar, like you smoking weed now. It's a
Right,
public thing, more of a public scrutiny to not get you, and it makes America look bad. Like, oh, it's our citizens, and a lot of people shooting at it was a woman, and I'm like, yeah, I understand, but at the same time, right is right, wrong is wrong. We have
right,
other political privileges. We could have been, trading. And my thing of it was, I would have got a bigger deal out of it. This guy has arms. I'm like, you need him to win your war. So if we don't release him, then you pretty much are done.
right,
Because
right,
that's what it's in the war now. And it's on the Ukraine. So hey, give us something. Give us more than just Brittany. And I mean,
they
honestly, that
know
was a
how
bad
America
trade, bad bargain.
they know how America love their ball players. They know, like we love. They know how much we dedicate ourselves to certain things, and that was a good trade for us because we need her. She's a good basketball player on the women's WNBA. So we're not looking at it like we want more because it's not that serious. To what's the name is that serious because you got somebody that we can use. I don't think they have anybody that we can use or we want.
They have plenty of war heroes or war prisoners of war over there that they could have traded for. I do not believe that we needed that she was a need. I think that it was a pressure from the LBGQ community that pressed this.
Right.
I think it's more of a pressure. I really don't think she was needed per se.
Yeah, it was a big pressure because I mean, now you say that, that's probably one of the things I'm looking at. The reason why they made this happen because other than that, there was no reason for America to even step in that situation. You know, she only
I
got
don't
what 8 years, 9 years.
I don't think it
Yeah.
I don't think it was a trade because all right, my thing is if we were gonna do war hero trading, I think that's during war. I never saw them do a war training unless we was in war or unless they was kidnapped or under scrutiny that my family members is saying that he's a great war hero and he's over there and it wasn't in that kind of situation. I don't think that's why we didn't make that kind of trade.
Yeah, like McCain. McCain was a soldier that got caught, and he was over there. And, they did I think a trade for him or something like that. But this guy was a soldier. He put
Yeah.
in his time saving the country. Brittany just played ball. I mean, like I say, at the end of the day, it could have been LeBron. There's no big reason for you to trade a basketball player for someone that's
Right.
a killer.
Right.
That's not even a fair trade already. I mean, off the rip, I'd have, America could have easily said, only way we would trade this person, you will have to give us someone equal or greater value because you're trading the less and
You're breaking up. You're
Uh-oh, he went
barking.
out.
You're barking bad.
I also think the way things went down, and I think because we as the US did not jump on their bombing of Ukraine, I think that's another issue. Um,
For me.
I think um they wanted us to jump and we didn't and we held fast. So this was another
Right.
leverage.
Isn't that person that they traded for? Isn't that a Ukraine citizen?
No. You talking about the
He
other
was
guy?
Russian.
He was Russian. Yeah, he was Russian.
So if Ukraine and Russia had was having a war, maybe they wanted him because he was access to Russia.
Exactly. Which means that Brittany was a setup.
Right. If you think of it like she said, this is not her first time going to that country. So, and it ain't her first time traveling with that type of merchandise.
Right,
So,
and
okay, we in
I'm
war
sorry.
right now. Huh?
No, I'm just no. I said I say go ahead. I'll come in after you.
We in war right now. So how can we get this stuff that get these people that we want to help us win this war? That is so right because my thing is that one, that was a stupid move, but two, this not her first time. I don't think that this is her first time because she was so comfortable doing it and she didn't have it stored away. She had it in her pocket. So that means she was comfortable with these items on her going in and out of this country. So for y'all to get her now, like you said, it could have been a setup, right?
But she should know better.
In the timing of war, but she probably wasn't thinking. She could have been high while she was crossing the thing going thing.
I don't even see that. I don't. Listen, yo, when you think of Russia, you think of Putin. Putin's are vicious. They vicious. If you get caught, they know. This is what I'm. Because that means Putin gonna say, okay, you can swipe with her because it ain't nothing. And then it's not guaranteed that when that soldier get back to Russia, that so he's gonna die. That's not a guarantee. So he said, "Freaky, you can have her." But it's in a bad message to them other war heroes. It's in a bad message. And I'm talking political now. And I'm being honest with you. And people gonna get mad at me. Said, don't think. The other party's going to jump into this. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
No, what you talking about? Be specific.
The other party besides Democrats. Don't think they're gonna jump into it because they will. And they will, and you gotta understand now. They got the house.
That don't matter. It has to go through the Senate. It don't matter.
I understand that, but look, hear what I'm saying though. I'm talking about the story, and I'm saying if Democrats, like I said, I don't have no bone for eating the parties, but I'm just saying they better get a topic because they got to do a lot explaining. They got a whole lot explaining to do. And that is not a good look.
I just think it's not a good look to our foreign nationals.
Right.
And what is this saying? Is this saying that we're weak? Is this saying that we would trade for anyone? What message does this say to them? And that's what we need to figure out. Or that's what the US need to understand. What message are you saying? Are you sending?
I would think as a human being, they're human too, that it would think that they don't care. They would trade for pettiness. They're not trying to get in it. If I'm in the country, so because I'm in the country don't mean they not thinking just like that. That's how I would feel like, oh, they must really don't care.
Well, I would say this though. I'm talking Republican, but it's in like I'm with Coco sister Coco Tina is that it's in a bad message, and I'm saying if you let a certain group pressure you to get her back, that she broke the law in Russia. That I'm saying that it's not a good look for America. And that we talking about the other group, because I think Sister Tina she said this. It's in a bad message, and you think other people gonna see? I said, oh, it's like that now. You let a group to pressure the country, to dictate to you that she broke the law, and we got war heroes.
So does that mean we can come over there and break y'all law and get the same effect?
Nope, that's not going to happen. I'm glad you brought that up too, because I'm getting ready to say that. So this is what I'm saying. America, and I'm talking about the people in America listening to me right now, that y'all so goody. You better think on it. Think about it. There are war heroes around the world waiting to come home, and then y'all let this happen. And I do not want to hear, oh, you against women, you against this. No, I'm talking about principle here. This is not a good look. And I'm telling you, they're going to play on this. The Republicans, oh, they're going to have fun with this. But I'm just saying that the Senate, they better get a hand on this because it's not a good look.
Yeah. Then you know what other countries too actually doing to promote. They're gonna eat this up. I mean, they got prisoners over here. They're gonna be trying to catch all the celebrities and ball players because you know they invite them to those countries. They're gonna be trying to trap all of them and just bring them over, find something little on them. America trade, they get pressured. You know, it shows the stand that you know we don't have a backbone when it comes to the country. Our backbone is guided by groups and political parties that push certain agendas for us to force us to make that decision. I mean, say the least, you got people in our own jails that are locked up for weed charges, and we're not even letting them go, but we're gonna let go a woman that knowingly, just like those people did, knowingly broke the law, and they went to jail half the third time. But since she's in another country, she don't have to do her time. Honestly, I think it'll be better if they released her, brought her back to America, and she had to do her 9 years over here. That would be a whole lot better. Because I mean, honestly speaking, she still broke the law. I mean, this even going into the Shaquilla Robinson case.
Right,
Those people did those overseas. They did that overseas. So now they're trying to, justify the point where if Mexico don't get involved, they might do something. But if Mexico do something to extradite them, they will have to have all the evidence. Right. In her case, they had all the evidence. So she got charged. So when those the young adults, because they like in their 25 or something, when they're locked up over there, are we gonna trade them for El Chapo? Because I think America still has El Chapo.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the only reason why United States is charging them is because they trying to find out, did they plot in United States too? Because they never started any kind of evidence out here, and then and they just did it in Mexico without no plotting, no nothing out here. United States would have never got involved. It's because they found text messages that started before they got to Mexico, and that's the only reason why United States is holding them and charging them here.
Yeah, somebody snitched because the way they had that case, it was airtight. They all left together. They all beat it together. And just like one of the guys, he was saying that they all did it to her. Her best friend, he was insinuating that when he was talking about how they all did that to her. But he said he wasn't there. And I think he probably was the one that released the video of the girl slamming and the one of the other girl fighting. Because my thing is, I would have complied. I would have did everything they want me to do, so I wouldn't be killed. But when I got back to America, I would have spilled the beans, because now everybody knows something happened to her, and everybody who don't talk, they're going down with the ship. I was the first thing I would have did, because knowingly, if you would have said something over there, I guarantee it would have been 2 victims instead of 1. Mm-hmm. So keeping your mouth shut over there for your safety, I can understand it, and then get back over here and tell everything. But just to still be quiet and all of them on the run and hiding, that shows guilt. That shows the guilt. Mm-hmm. Because even like with that situation with Takeoff, everybody thought the little young guy killed him. Turned out it was another guy. And the crazy part about it was,
is it really though, or is that someone that they said, maybe they thought that he'll get less time?
Talking about for killing the Takeoff.
Yeah,
they been knew it was that guy, but they just had to get in touch with him, because at the same time, all the videos that we seen, the bar the bowling alley. It was a guy, I think it's called a paper party, and he had did the video talking about how it was so many cameras in there. They already knew who killed them when they first looked at the bowling alley cameras. But if you would announce, yeah, we know this guy, he did it, because the thing of it was, luckily they didn't announce. The guy went and tried to expedite a passport so he could leave the country, you know. And so by him registering for that passport, that was easy. As soon as you leave, you're gonna catch you. But if we tell everybody you running, then you won't use the passport. You'll try to go illegally over the border by just, going across on a work visa and never coming back. And so they got him like that. That was one of the main things why they got him. And while old boy was on trial, they said he snitched, but that wasn't the case. He kept his mouth closed because he already know he didn't kill him. And then the evidence would have came out, because I kept hearing everybody say that this lawyer was guaranteed 100% that he didn't do it. So I'm like, how can you guarantee when they got the video? But that was the video of him grabbing them and other stuff. Because I heard someone said that they were using Takeoff as a shield. And I'm like, that don't make sense. The guy who was bombed, they said he shot him. And boiled down to that. So more or less, that one guy who did it, he was a DJ. He was a popular DJ down there, but he wanted to live that street life. And it's like that situation was crazy because the person that we thought did it didn't do it. And why? It was, the whole thing, like the internet is what they say is, undefeated. But to a degree, everybody got it wrong because we was picking little videos that were showing glimpses. And when they started shooting, you see the camera move. You only had so many seconds in a frame to kind of grasp who was doing what. So that's why it was so easy for them to do it. And plus, when the people were shooting there, everybody was running. Then you live in a culture where everybody says don't snitch. So unless you have video, it's kind of hard for witnesses to come forward. Yep. That took me for a maze when they showed how the other guy was the one that was the shooter. And I was like, man. Because even the guy, they said that the lawyer was 100% going to prove his innocence. I was like, how you going to do that? They got video. And that's how it was. He knew that the guy, did. I think Jay Prince's sons actually knew who did it too. And they just kind of, kept quiet about the situation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too. Yeah. Good morning, Barney Rose. Thanks for coming. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Dogs. Y'all show you the #1 grinder. This is Morning Real Talk, part 45. Wow. And we got sister Coco Tina, sister I Love to Talk, and brother She. We are talking about different issues of what's going on and everything. This past week, the Congress has signed the historical bill that same marriages get. I'm just gonna say that. What do y'all think about it?
You said same marriages get what now? Right. Yeah, you cut out.
Same right. I'm just trying to be nice. Get the same right. So they signed a historical bill. So it's this
a historical bill for what? Like what? Like
same marriages.
Oh, same marriages. Okay.
Oh, they get the same rights, like insurance and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really have too much on that topic because
it was coming. It was coming. Yeah. Once a majority of the states had adopted same-sex marriages, it was going to come to the federal level eventually.
Yeah, I think they should get all. I think they should get all of it because that's like what I think it was Brittany was talking about divorcing that girl at one point, and she wasn't going to pay child support. And I'm like, no, she should pay child support. She said, well, that's not my child. I didn't. Hey, but you signed up.
Right.
You the one that was the surrogate father, the one that stepped in for you. So you stepped in for him. You're supposed to be the father.
Right.
So it's like, they should get all the rights that we get.
Right. I was
Divorces,
gonna say.
everything. If in a divorce, the the woman, the other woman in them, I don't want to call it the other name, but the other woman that is in there,
Start with a P,
start with an
right?
S. No, start with an S. The
Oh, that's okay.
the S woman, she should be able to pay alimony and stuff if the other lady's not working. Even with the dudes and all that. If y'all gonna play the game all
Right.
the way then. Because
But
y'all benefit off of it. Play the game then.
but you know what, brother? You know what's going to happen, and I want to get into this. You are absolutely right, but I totally get what I'm saying. But you know what they're gonna say? Hey, but you gotta understand. I'm this and that. Yo, fight for those rights, right? That comes with the That comes with the territory. You cannot go backwards because you know why? Because it's federal now. Because see, even the ones that are federal prosecutors now, they even cannot even go back. The ones who support it, y'all can't even go back to. It's federal now. It's in the books. It's on the books now. Because you know it's gonna be some. Oh, we can't do that. You gotta. Oh no 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 no. It's in the books.
Man, I'm waiting on Hope Prince get up here by the time we hit this other topic, man. I want to hear what he got to say on that.
Yeah, I sent the link. I sent his email. I haven't seen. I hope he all right. Let me shout out some people. Just do boxing for hashtag TWT family. Shout out to you. I always support. Thank you so much, and everybody else. Bonnie Rose, thanks for your support. Please check out those channels. Just do boxing. He not just talk about boxing. He talking about other social things. Please check out my Bonnie Rose. She be playing the music, get through your day and work and stuff. And I want you to go support that channel. That is a great channel, and we need to support each other. These are good channels in this space, and I guys love to talk. Please support that channel. She said she got some stuff coming out soon, and also we here. I want you to go support. Please support these channels. Stop listening to these people say, "Hey, ain't no good channels." No, you're not branching out. You just want to stay in your certain ways. Right. And I know, and I know that. Well, she left for it, so I don't know. She probably come back. So these are good channels, and then including myself. I know I got a great channel. All these are great channels. I know I got a great channel. So you need to support. You need support. If you want great content, if you want some diverse, if you want the truth, if you want to hear live examples, you need to support it. Stop complaining, but stop saying that because you do got channels.
Yeah. When you want to tiptoe this topic with Dion, man.
With who?
With Deion Sanders.
Well, again like this. Hey, Jackson State, you ain't did your part.
Hey, Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie, and the way I feel like it, HBU has not taken care of their own for over 100 some years. So come on. When he took the job, they robbed the office.
You talking about Deion Sanders, the thing with the college?
Yeah.
He stopped working there and donating money or something like that because they got some undercover shit going on.
Yeah, I mean,
fraud.
he took some of his money to donate to put some facilities so kids can feel proud of. Y'all don't take care of your own. So he went to Colorado. So what? Stop being cheap, HBUs.
Remember I was telling your friend, remember I was on live with you and your friend, and he was talking about that he be donating and he wasn't seeing his money going really to somewhere. And I said, well, since you know that your money is not going to the right place, so it's not being used how you expect it to be used, to pull out and go somewhere else, that's a prime example.
And so what's going to happen though too? And people said, he gonna have some problems to recruit. Don't worry, Dion. You know he got his way. I mean, I ain't gonna say guys, but he know how to recruit too. And so I'm just saying this. Hey, look, and then his top drafts, the top people that he got, they gonna come around along with him. So if the players at Jackson State gonna get mad, you can't get mad. It goes to let me know that y'all don't really don't know what's going on, how it works. So. Oh, okay. And we laugh, he laugh. Cold, like Brother Prince said, it's colder and bolder. That's the way I
Yeah.
look at it.
And this
Go
the
ahead.
crazy part about it too. So not only did Jackson State, he was giving half of his check back to them to
Mm-hmm.
put into the program.
Mm-hmm.
He was donating his own money. He was
Mm-hmm.
paying for those breakfasts, the lunches, the dinners when they win the game. He's paying for that out of his pocket. He's
Mm-hmm.
paying for helping the facility. Now the
Mm-hmm.
money that they were selling out on them stadiums, yeah, I get it. You took the money and started putting it towards scholarships for people to come there. But that's the thing. That's the money for the football team. Now, Dion already gave you 150,000. He already done put up, money out of his pocket to, facilitate things. They didn't want to play ball. He even
Nope.
had a contract. I recently just found out. He
But
had
he
a
said it's gonna
contract.
come up.
He had a contract for them to play on TV. They didn't want to sign the contract because, even with them playing more on the TV, that money comes into play. That money gets watched by who? On different federal levels. So you can swindle money and play with the books. And now that Dion been talking about that, guess who's gonna start popping up over there at Jackson State? The IRS, the federal on the state level too, because you have to apply for grants and certain things through the state. And if you're applying for that and you're not using that money for what it's supposed to be, like the PPP, they out here doing PPP fraud. They said that if Dion got 30% of the stands filled, that they was going to give him a raise. Every time that they got the stands filled, it was 28%, 29%. But he said most of those home games were sold out. How you gonna have a sellout on the home games, but
Mm-hmm.
then when you go to look at the books, 28% of the books, it showed 28% of the Dion say,
But
that
yeah,
affects his money.
yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Y'all get you now.
Okay. Yeah, that affects his pocket. He already giving you 150 back, but you still want more for him? He's bringing so much prestige to the school, bringing talent. The second in the draft. It don't get no better than that. He chose a HBCU. You know how much money that boy left on the table?
A
You know how
lot.
much? You know how much he could have went to Alabama. We all know Alabama giving money away. Them boys before they was getting them contracts, Alabama was buying them boys cars, apartments. They living life of luxury down over there in Alabama, in
That's
Tuscaloosa,
that's true.
say the
Yeah.
least. And then
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna turn around and do him like that. He got the second top recruit. He had the whole nation thinking all their kids need to go to an HBCU that's black to, help.
Wow.
And he's helping. And everybody get mad because he left. Okay, like I told my friend, he said, man, he should have went to another HBCU. He sold a dream. I said, so you work for a company. You believing in the process with the company. You say, okay, I'm gonna stick with the company, whether they, win, lose, or draw. I'm gonna go ahead and put my money into the company, even though I'm believing in this company, I'm believing in the process. The whole
Mm-hmm.
time while I'm giving the company money, half of my check back into the company's taking that money and doing other stuff with it. Not
Mm-hmm.
what they said they was gonna do. The
Okay.
company's taking that money and they providing, you know, granted, helping other people come to that facility and running with them. All right, I can understand that. But at what cost are y'all allowing me to do, you know what I'm saying, the right for myself and my family? Because if I keep taking pay cuts and I keep doing all this stuff, what's in it for me? It's
Mm-hmm.
like they like for him to do what he did. They love for him to, you know, put Jackson on the map, put HBCUs on the map. Just like Dr. Umar was going hard on him. Ah man, he could have did this, he could have did that. But 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when he went there, he said, all y'all donate some money. Dr. Umar has raised up how much money? Over what? 700,000, I think, 700,
Yeah,
eight hundred thousand dollars
yeah,
for that
needs to be
school.
he needs to be quiet. He needs to be quiet.
Yeah, and he ain't did nothing. He ain't did nothing for no HBCU. He ain't did nothing for no any kind of school whatsoever. And he got the money just sitting there. All them people donated all that money, and that money still sitting there because he ain't what? Found the right facility. Then the school that he did buy when he bought it, what are you doing with it?
Yeah, exactly. Let me hold this up. Bitter True Show. I never seen you before, but I'm gonna do. Usually, I don't leave. I don't let people up here if I don't know. Cause this is how I run my channel. But I would say this. This is my email. When you come up here, you show respect to me. You show respect to the people on the panel and even in the chat. This is how I run it. This is my email right here. My email is
Bitter
right
truth
in it.
cool.
Huh?
Bitter truth cool. He good people.
I don't know him, but Brother She. I understand
Yeah.
what you're saying. This is my channel. This is how I run it. So, Brother She, there you good? Come up here with respect. Here goes my email right there. If you want to come up. All right. So there it is right there. Yeah, the only way you're gonna get on is get through my email. Let me know you see me the email. All right, Bitter Truth Show. Yeah, just yeah. If you want to know, you can ask, but the email's right there. But let me know you send me the email, right? So I can see you the link. All right, you can go right ahead. But yeah, but I think that people want to take shots at Dion, but none of y'all I don't see none of y'all get practically over half of the salary and help the school, not just the football team. Help the school. And of course, Jackson State do not want to do the TV thing because they be holding out for their books for a long time.
Yeah. You know how much money they would have got with that TV deal? You know how much
Right.
shine they would have got? And so, not even just far as with the student presence, because being on TV, it gives you a good student presence. It gives more scouts to come to your school. And Dion, his whole thing in regard was to make the school bigger than what it was. They create the history. And while you sitting here trying to funnel money into the school and doing stuff to make the school better, the school was holding them back. And then on
Mm-hmm.
top of that, with the $1 million, that was a slap in the face. He already was going for 350. You know, if you give him $1 million, he's gonna probably take about 500,000 and put it still back into the school. But the whole point, well, I'll call it a slap on the face because why offer me this money when somebody else offered me the money and you know I already signed? When the other school offered the money, I know he came to him with a counter like, hey, they offering me this. Y'all already screwing me like this. So what y'all want
Mm-hmm.
to do? Oh no, we ain't
Mm-hmm.
doing nothing. You gotta go. And see, since the public found out about it, then Jackson want to say, well, we'll offer you $1 million. Why you want to offer $1 million after I took the deal already? It's not a hidden thing that he was going over there after he announced it. His kids knew before. The staff knew before he was going. Before he made the announcement, he already talked to the staff and the kids. So when he made the announcement in public, the school already knew.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was already a done deal. But the thing of it is, like I say, we can show how much love for Dion or how much hate for Dion, but the point of it is, it still remains. Jackson was doing a lot of dirt, and when Dion started calling him out on it, you know, that was public eye for other schools to jump. Because you think Colorado was the first one that jumped on Dion? It was plenty other schools. They got bad programs. Ain't just like Colorado, same way Jackson was. Then everybody was like, well, he should have went to another HBCU. But the whole point of it is, if one HBCU is doing this, and I go to another and I get the same effect, then what? I'm gonna still be coaching for free. I'm gonna still be trying to take care of the kids with no money. Everybody keeps talking this stuff. I wonder, everybody who talked about Dion, I'm gonna start calling. I might do a video later. I want to see the receipt on how much money you donated to a HBCU. For everybody that keeps talking about him, how much money have you donated to a HBCU? You can't talk until you donate money to the HBCU. Then you can bring your mouth all you want to, because you put your money where your mouth is. That was always the saying.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Do you think
ahead.
the kids that went to the ACU that he left, they're gonna eventually stop going there and transfer to the college that he will sign up to?
Well, some of them are, but the other ones they can't. They're gonna stay there. See, the thing is, that program is already set up.
Right.
And even though some of those kids are leaving, he's still gonna have a bunch of them that's gonna stay, because you gotta understand, with you transferring to the other school, how you gonna transfer? That means you got to get a scholarship from them.
Right.
That means Dion has to co-sign that you this good to get a scholarship. They ain't gonna just get no scholarship to no regular guy that's okay. Even with Dion's son, Dion even came through there. He's like, my son coming with me. This your quarterback right here. But he said in the interview, he got to earn it. So if another quarterback there is better than him, which I highly doubt not, then he's gonna have to sit behind him until he feels his rank. He gotta get in there. And if he don't, then hey, he gonna have to ride the bench, because that's the whole point of winning games. You want the best talent out there on the field. Just because you my son, that don't mean necessarily you the best talent. I could pour all this money into you and make you good, but if somebody else is better than you, they just better than you. And that's gonna be one of the biggest challenges that a lot of them kids who stayed at Jackson, they just gonna have to go ahead and play harder and go ahead and get scholarships, because schools are looking at. Teams are looking at Jackson. Teams are looking at Jackson. So when kids get ready to go to college, they already know Dion was in that program. All it takes is Jackson to go ahead and have a great season like they did last year. I don't think they're gonna go undefeated, because a lot of their key players are gonna be gone. Quarterback and receivers for one, maybe a running back. But the thing is this: if they get those key players in the draft coming back in, or those substitutes step up, the secondaries, they step up and do their thing, man, they're going to have an awesome season. And then it's going to show that even without him being there, he left that program intact. Now, if they have a 1-10 season, then that just pretty much showed that, hey, with him gone, it was mainly the coach and the talent. But if all those kids who stayed up under him, I'm quite sure he's going to talk to them. He's going to talk to them kids. He's going to stay talking to them kids. He's going to get on them. He's going to watch their games, seeing them do something. He's going to say something to them. But like I said, you can't sit here tell me that Dion's supposed to stay somewhere where every single turn he was faced adversity and he was paying out of his pocket. He was helping the kids. He was doing all this stuff, putting them kids in hotels. The school didn't pay for them boys to stay in hotels when the dorms were messed up and stuff like that, when the water wasn't good. Dion put a lot of that money out of his pocket. And then another thing, he fixed the tennis court. What Dion got to do with tennis? Why would he fix the tennis court there? What does Dion have to do with tennis? And he's a football coach. He went to the neighboring school, the neighbor college around the corner, and helped them with their practice field, helped them with their facility.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he raised money for that. But even if he paid out his pocket, still the point. Let's say even Dion, all the stuff he paid out of pocket, he got it back on endorsements and stuff like that. That's still his money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, saying the least. A lot of people, you know, coming at the situation to where Dion should have stayed, he should have this, he should have that. Did they give Dion money? Did they donate to HBCUs? See, that's when they come into play. Everybody want to be black, but nobody don't want to pay. We just want you, just like I tell people all the time. That's why Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, they the face of us, but they don't really represent us fully because other people paying their pockets. Al Sharpton been on top for years
Right.
wearing those suits. Jesse Jackson as well, because the coalition, all those grants and all that money they get, all that funding they get, what they do with that money? Funnel to their pockets, funnel to other programs.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, we got Alonzo Hall. Bitter Truth. Check your email. I just sent it to you. Check your email right now. Big dude. If you want to get on, check your email if you want to get on. You want to get on. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he that's what people don't understand. He looked out for he looked out for the college that he ain't supposed to do the fixing other facilities.
What's up, y'all?
What's going on?
Hello.
I'm doing all right. Nah, yeah, absolutely right about Dion. And, everybody's calling. First of all, Black America, I got a problem with this, us calling successful Black people sellouts. Because the major issue with quote unquote selling out is that enough Black people don't buy in. See, we wouldn't have to sell out to nobody else if our folks as a whole would buy in to us. Um, if that's one way of looking at things. But then Deion Sanders brought so much attention to this school. And let's not act like, these football coaches' contracts aren't incentive laden. It's not like they didn't give him incentives to bring the college to ABC XYZ level, just like they would give any other coach. It just so happens that the next job was a much better contract in Colorado. And, it's not all about the HBCU, because if they would have gotten switched to a big conference like the SEC or the Big Ten or the Big East, they would have given Deion Sanders an extra $100,000. And a lot of that stuff, the facilities and all that, came from Dion's own pocket. And a lot of the attention that school got came from the fact that Deion Sanders was coaching there. If they want to have, better stuff, get a better department to get your alumni to donate to the school, and then put that money into the athletic program. What's going on, dude?
What's up with you, Lonzo, man? What's up? What's up, fam? What's up with you, She? What's good? We here.
dude, you got me hurt like a mug, boy. I'm hurt, boy. Hey, I told Grinda earlier, boy, I sounds like that wrestling with them young boys, man. I feel like that dude in the movie. My body ain't the same no more, baby. I can't run. I can't run with the crowd.
I feel you, fam. Nah, hey, I just want to Alonzo made some good points, but I want to piggyback on what you said. She is that I'm coaching right now, and what you said is actually profound, man. You are 100% right. Is that these kids got to understand that this is a business. Like, this is a business, man. And right now, we got some kids in our portal that we're about to bring in, and it's going to be competitive come January because it's the second semester. And these kids got to realize this is a business. Just because, like you said with Deion's son, if his son don't perform, he's not going to get on that field. You know what I mean? And knowing Deion's character and knowing his makeup and knowing his competitive nature, if Shallow or Shadur, whoever it is, if he don't perform, he's not getting on that field. And that's what we got to get these kids, my kids right now, to understand at the college is that, listen, it's competition coming in here in January. You know what I'm saying? They coming. And what you going to do? You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. This is a business. We get it. We brought you in. But at the same time, if you don't perform, then that scholarship you got can't be given away. I'm going to just say this now, give it to you, one of you guys. When I was playing ball overseas, I literally seen my plane coming in and a plane leaving. And I was just sitting there saying, I'm taking his spot. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I don't see two planes coming in. I was like, damn, man, who was over before me? Oh, this guy, he just left, man, not too long ago. I'm telling you, my plane is flying into China, and I don't see another plane leaving over our head, going back to wherever they come from. So you gotta realize, man, this is a straight up business. You know what I mean? There's no hugs, no now kumbaya moments. If you don't perform, it's about production. If you don't perform, then they'll get your ass up out of there.
Yeah.
Yo, Duke, you just said something that's really poignant, and I don't think you realized it, though you do, about performance.
Right.
And something that I want to look at, specifically for the Black community, since it's the HBCU, about performance and competition in life. What about the academics of JSU? What's the graduation rate? What kind of people are they putting out outside of the athletics, right? Because if we look at it, sports itself is a business. It's very competitive and it's very fleeting. Very rarely do you get Tom Brady. Very rarely do you get LeBron James, guys who play for 20 years. The average career in the NFL and NBA is like 4 years.
4 years. Yes, sir.
Right? So, yeah, you're going to see, your LeBron. And yeah, there's a bunch of guys now who are lasting 15 and 20 years. But even still, their bodies ain't the same after that 20 years. And not everybody's getting $400 million contracts, right? Your average guy might get $1 million over that 4 years. Right? There's a guy who just retired from the Oakland Raiders for selling a Pokemon card for $1 million and decided to retire from the Oakland Raiders. Or excuse me, the Las Vegas Raiders, right? So I think what we need to also look at is the performance of the people. What are these schools pumping out? What kind of doctors, lawyers, attorneys, statesmen are these people pumping out? Or are they just pumping out burger flippers? Because even when it comes to the burger flippers, you still got to perform. Because if your McDonald's gives sloppy burgers in a slow manner, I'll go 5 blocks around the way to the other McDonald's. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's what I call all fire, no smoke. That's it. That's all I want to say. Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, man. I try to look at things from a bigger picture perspective. And I understand that, obviously we have to get to the micro, but oftentimes to get to the solution, we have to look at the macro because the macro affects the micro and vice versa, right? So when we're looking at a lot of, and I also have a lot of hits blunts moments, right?
Yeah.
But even in those, I think at the end of the day, man, Dion did what he had to do. And like you said, man, it's a business, right? And just like, if like I got a buddy who out here in Connecticut used to play for the Dolphins, Herbie Bagwell. Now he's moved forward. He's got his own karate dojo out here. He's doing his thing. But the reality is, if he wouldn't have told me and showed me that he was a Miami Dolphin, when I met him, I'd have just thought he was another regular dude. Right? So even to the aspect of Deion Sanders, because people are like, oh, these boys threw away these lifelong opportunities to go to this school. They still got the exposure. And there's only how many jobs in the NFL and NFL every year? Like 300?
Right. Something like that. Yeah, something up there, Alonzo. Yeah.
But there's like 3,000 NCAA football schools. Right. So the chance, I get thrown away the chances, but even then, you got 3,000 people. There were probably 300,000 people going for 300 jobs. That's going to last maybe 3 years.
That's right. No, and not only that, Lonzo, man, you said some really profound stuff, man. You said about the education part, the academic side of the game. Reason being, I like that is because like what Deion is doing now, it's like he's old school. You can't come in here with earrings, hats on, clocks on, and stuff like that. You come in here, everybody look the same. And then, and on the end of that, at the end of that right there, he speaks of character, because that right there don't transcend on the field, but off the field when you're going into your profession. How you sit there and carry yourself, what you're doing on your job, ethics, morals, what that does as a young man. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just about the athletics. You know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, it's not that many of people that's going to go to the league. Hell, if anybody up here, if you thought somebody should have been in the league, you're talking to them right now. I'm on this panel right now. The only person that, you know what I'm saying, that's due to my gunshot wounds and all that good stuff, the only reason I wasn't. But it's very few young men that get that chance to play on the national and professional level. It just doesn't happen. So you got to have something to fall back on. So, Alonzo, you made a really profound point when you said that. That's all.
No, I just, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, JT.
No, let me get this in. Brother Pastor, check your email. Mo, hey, what's up, brother Mo? I haven't seen you in a while. Glad you.
Pastor, what's good? Crazy ass Pastor, what's good, Pastor?
Yeah, Pastor, I see you about 5,000 emails. You need to get up it. Maurice Del, if you want to come up, you can come up too. Eyes love to talk, and if you in the clouds, sister Coco Tina, come up here. Let's have the conversation. Women, let's have the conversation too. It's very, very important. I'm gonna go get me go fix me a little something. Y'all keep it going. Y'all really keep it going. Great conversation. Maurice Del, if you want me, matter of fact, if you want to come up, here goes my email. The only way you get up here is my email. That is the only way. I'm not putting it. I'm not. But we talk more about Dion. So you come up. Eyes love to talk. We still talking about Dion. So if you have sons, so you got a lot to bring it on. This Maurice Dell, if you wants to get on, brother, let me know and I see you the link. Keep on going, brother. Great conversation, y'all. Keep on going, family. I'll be back.
Actually, I have a question. I wanna pick your brother's brain on this, especially since we all frequent some similar spaces. But in terms of the masculinity aspect, right? In terms of leadership, as a collective of black men, because we see that a lot of brothers are, you know, calling them turncoat and this, that, and the third. And, you know, as a collective of black men, he's obviously a leader and able to lead men. If you're able to coach a, you know, sports team, you're very effective as a leader. So what do you think that speaks to as in terms of us even being able to view us as leaders or trust each other's decision making? Like if we're in the military and I've never been in the military, but you know, my commanding officer is in the field and decides to do something, maybe, you know, in the moment I might not have the best interest, but do I bellyache or do I follow those orders and trust his leadership?
Here's the thing, Alonzo. You said it. You already said it, because everybody think they're a leader and don't have any time to learn. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you need to step back and learn to be that leader. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody step into the arena and everybody just think that I'm gonna just use my field, my profession for a limit, professional fitness and training athletes and all that good stuff. But however, you can get somebody to watch a Yahoo startup page or know a little bit here, know a little bit there, and now they just half-bred ass trainer, or they just the nutritional expert, and then they put it out there, regurgitate the same information out there, and now they this fitness guru. I've been doing this shit over 25 years, but at the same time, I had to learn how to be where I'm at right now. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, and I think what you're saying is good, is that we don't want to sit there and take the time to just learn something, to be proficient in something, to sit there and put it out there to the masses, and then to share it with others. That's just my point on it.
Right. She, what you think? If he's there, he might be on the road though. He making a sandwich. All right. So, but no, you know what? Because I look at that, like I look at a lot of the conversations in a lot of these spaces, and then I look at like often, you know, what the females are saying. And you know, I hear a lot of men complaining about women complaining about lack of leadership. But then I look at a situation like this, and I look again at the you got to look at things from multiple angles. And it looks like we're rebelling against our own leadership as a collective. right? It seems like there's a lot of guys who are now. There's a lot of guys who are on the stance of, hey, he did what he had to do, but it's a lot of guys who are objective to it.
Right. You're gonna get that. I mean, you're gonna get naysayers out there and stuff like that because I think it was you or she. Like that man don't got anything else to prove at Jackson State. He don't got shit else to prove at Jackson State. He did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? No, did anybody talk about his car getting broken into? His son's car got broken into. They stole money from it. You know what I'm saying? And even though it wasn't about the money, that man ain't got nothing else to prove. Hell, you know what I'm saying? He did what he had to do. He showed up, he showed out, and it's shit time to move on. We already bitch and moan about we don't have a black coach in that arena, the SEC, the ACC. Now we got him. Now we still complaining.
Hey, the crazy part about this is, what other coach you know in the history of coaching giving half of their paycheck back to the school?
Man, say that shit again, she. Say that shit
What
again,
other
man.
coach in history you know put his own money up? But I give it to, because it's a couple of little high school. I know my coaches used to do that. They used to take their money, buy us T-shirts, take us out to eat, because they knew some of us was a little less fortunate and didn't have the money. Hey, I'm standing here to say this. I was in the 8th grade. Don't you know my high school wrestling coach bought my first pair of wrestling shoes. When it came down to it, I said, Coach, I ain't gonna have the money for my shoes. I'm gonna have to go work, do something, this and that. He was like, do you really like this sport? I said, yeah, I like it. He said, are you gonna be dedicated to it? I said, yeah. I'll buy your shoes for you. I'll buy your shoes. Because either way, I would have had to pay for them. I had to go to work. I had to go make me some money. So he didn't know what type of money I was going to be making as a full-time student and trying to be in this sport. He didn't want me to go that path. So he was like, go ahead and come over here. I'll pay for your shoes, and we'll work out your dues and stuff and just get everything together. How many coaches, you got coaches that do stuff like that. My coach didn't get a pat on the back for that. Hey, he got a winning champion out the deal. That was one thing. But at the same time, that $80 was gone. That's in the atmosphere, And then look, me coming back to my coach, he had a fundraiser, everybody giving him $25. You know what I did? Gave him $150. I said, here, man, all the stuff you do for me, man. Every time he has something for them kids, I'm always donating to him. Go in my pocket. Because I understand being a coach, man, it's hard when the program don't got no money and you really, see these kids working and you trying to put back into the community. Because without a doubt, Dion, for 3 years, put everything into that school. That school, before he got there, he put everything into that school. What did he get in return when he left? All them, he ain't nobody, he this and he that. Man, he ain't no good coach. He ain't this. Oh, if he ain't a good coach, why he had an undefeated season this year? Why he put Jackson even bigger than what he did? Even with Dion leaving, Jackson gonna be in people's mouth for the next couple of months or maybe years on them dropping the ball because they stealing money. You got a program where you supposed to be the money supposed to be going back into the athletes. They putting it towards scholarships to get people to come to that school. Hey, you take care of home first before you try to get out here and recruit other kids. Take care of home. Because if they was funding that scholarship money for football players, then Dion would have had no problem with that. But then you lying about the ticket sales. You tell them, because anything over 30%, the school had to pay them. They kept saying, oh, it's 27%. And you had a whole stadium full of people. Dion, he looking at that. The whole season went through. He didn't say not one thing about that money till it got to the end of the season. Y'all playing with my money. And I'm already giving you money. So you could tell it wasn't even really about the money. It was the point of you playing with his intelligence. This man is giving you $150. You telling him you're going to give him an increase on every time he sell out the stadium and all these people coming. He got a contract with Delta so they can fly the kids out there versus getting on the bus. He's putting up money for the school for the kids to be, safe. And one of the biggest things that most coaches don't even take into them grades. If you ain't got no grades, you can't play. There's plenty
Right.
from high school on in. If you ain't got the grades, you can't play. Because this is the number one thing what Alonzo said. It's only a handful of people get to go to the NFL, NBA. What do the other ones do? They got to go get jobs. And if you weren't successful in school, doing your work, keeping them grades so you can stay on the team, you keeping them grades so you can have a career if football don't work.
Man, I'm gonna even plug it one step further. And I always gotta lead everything back to insurance, right? But even Tom Brady, when they did a film after he won, I think, his sixth championship, and they showed a film when he first got drafted, and he was crying. He was like, "I'm so happy I don't have to go sell insurance." So just think about that, y'all. You got to have a something to fall back on. A lot of these guys end up opening car dealerships, doing the George Foreman grill. Like I said, my buddy Herbie Bagwell used to play for the Miami Dolphins, opened the karate dojo. So
Hey,
but what's up, Better Truth? What up, Pastor?
so Alonzo,
Hey, what's going on?
so underrated.
Pastor, hold on for 1 second. I want to get Bitter Truth in because this is the first time, and then you. Jeff, I want to get here. Welcome, Bitter Truth. Welcome to the Underrated Darkness channel. Welcome.
Hey, thanks. I mean, I'm glad you brought me up because I'm at less than half a battery and I'm doing my morning walk.
Okay.
I want to touch back on something dude was talking about. I'm sorry, bro, I don't know your name, but you were speaking about the federal government and Jackson State. I'm gonna tell you right now, they're already trying to compile a case to look into them for money laundering and fraud, simply based on that interview Deion Sanders gave where he was talking about the ticket sales. Okay, because now he talked about Walmart, which funny enough I'm standing outside of, talking about Walmart, Delta, Michael Strahan stuff. Trust me, the federal government is looking at this and they're getting ready to go walk into the dean or president's door and say, "Hey, show me your books." Because if one red cent went into anybody's pocket for any reason, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. They're going to shut that whole I doubt that they shut the program down, but that school could possibly lose its accreditation because that's the same thing that happened down here at Morris Brown in Atlanta. Back in the early 2000s, the president was stealing the money. Her and her cronies was stealing the money, misappropriation of funds. So the school lost its accreditation, and her and her people, I believe, they went to jail.
Yeah, and also go more to Bitter Truth. Then after that, I want to hit you, brother Pastor. Let's be honest here.
I got a little more to say. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. My fault.
Yeah, my time is limited. This whole thing, I'm gonna tell you right now, because I'm a conscious black man. I'm 51. I've been at it since I was 15 years old. And I've been through this as far as being on the Deion Sanders side, where you're bringing in your money, your resources, you're using your name, your goodwill, your accreditation to help and advance people. But what Deion is finding out, and as much as Dr. Umar is, and one day he might find out if he ever gets that school off the ground, okay, Mr. Money is not power, but begging for donations every time you turn around, is that the second that you start giving back, people will take, but they will not reciprocate.
Man, say that again, fam. Say that again. Bring that home. Say that again.
Will not reciprocate. Not call those people vampires, because that's what a vampire does. It will suck the blood out of you until you're dead. It'll bleed you dry. And that's exactly what Jackson State was trying to do with Deion. And the reason why so many black men like Dr. Umar is upset about it is because you're talking about people who were not raised by men. You're talking about men who were raised in single mother homes, because, I mean, I'm not trying to be sexist, but a large collective of women, they take, but they don't, like we're having right now, they don't want to reciprocate. Okay? They used to reciprocate up until welfare and feminism invaded our communities. So now take, but they don't reciprocate. And these are the men that they've raised. These are the bastard sons of single mothers. They just want to take. I kid you not. I'm serious. I know it sounds rough, but that's my name. But this is what it is. So all those little people talking their little mouths, nobody cares what you have to say. Because if you could do better, you would. If you think you can, then show me. You go to Jackson State and coach the team. You go to Jackson State and improve the conditions there. Since you so worried about it, am I lying? I'm serious. I'm asking the question. Am I lying?
Hey, from my opinion, that's all fighting, no smoke. That's what I call all fighting.
Yeah, like please, like don't come at me with the smoke when you ain't even got a lighter. You know what I'm saying? You mad for nothing. You mad. I don't want to just bleed myself dry. I mean, these like people we've already documented it. They've threatened his sons, stealing not just in the locker room, because come to find out that whole locker room situation, that was a setup. That was an inside job. Of course it's an inside job, because I mean, you telling me security ain't standing there at the door? And, I mean, I know you standing there at the visitors' locker room. You telling me you ain't standing there at the home team's locker room? That's an inside job.
Yeah, let's talk about it though. Dion has been documenting everything going on at Jackson State, and he's also documenting everything going on at University of Colorado Boulder. He's showing every time they go in, they got to swipe their card every time they go in something. You know they ain't got that at Jackson State.
He come over there and work for dead on campus. One of your players dead on campus, and the crime is unsolved. Why? You telling me that Jackson State? Hold on, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but this would be my last point. And I'll give y'all the floor. Jackson State is not a black school. Black people don't own these HBCUs. These are schools started by the slave masters to educate their mulatto children. Okay? Nobody black owns an HBCU. They're owned by the state. So they're not
just
a
historically black.
They're attended predominantly by black people, but they're not black-owned schools. So when you talk about, give it to an HBCU because it's a black school, like, oh, no, hold on, correction, brother. This is a state problem. I mean, Brett Favre, in all honesty, Brett Favre was stealing from the students at Jackson State there in Mississippi.
With that $4 million welfare fraud, yeah.
Thank you. This is why Dion has to take care of Jackson State, the college, because this mug is stealing. The white man is stealing the money.
If I can piggyback real quick, bit of truth, off of one thing that you said about the take mentality, and we often offer that to black women. I think what we need to attribute that more to is white men. What oftentimes is considered colonizers. Often they tend to take, and have a take mentality, with even and not excluded to their own families, meaning wives and children, which is rubbed off. And however, because there is no father figure, oftentimes in the black family, we do and tend to attribute that those attributes to that of the black mother. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just adding perspective.
You're right. I have one question though. Who taught them to do that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The white man taught the black woman that, and then
I think
mainly the white woman. The white woman taught.
Fair enough.
I want to be fair, brother pastor. After you get your thing, I want Prince to get his CeeLo in. Let's keep a perspective here. This is how I run it. Let's keep perspective here. I gotta take care of some things. I'll be right back. And Bitter, I don't want you to keep on talking, but let's keep it perspective here. Let's keep perspective. And then Sister Quee, welcome, sis. She said, I haven't heard very much about Brett Favre as much. Are they doing Dion now? We do talk about Brett Favre on here too. We do talk about that. We can touch on that too. So after brother Pastor Prince, you get into it, and then Billa, let's keep it going. Let's keep it flowing. I'll be right back.
So, in respect and thanks, underrated, and respect to all the brothers on the panel. Big Duke, what's up, brother? She, what's up? Alonzo, what's up, bro? I ain't forgot about
Going
you
on.
I ain't forgot about you on that long term insurance. That you know. What I'm saying? But anyway, let's get back to staying on topic. Now, when you look at the fact that it's depravity that's pushing a lot of this, and the lackluster of having things that's pushing this overwhelming taking over of people. So that's all I have to say.
Oh, okay. Well, as I was listening to y'all, the Brett Favre situation is what it is. Federal government got to come down on them. I'm gonna touch on that here probably later this week on the Brett Favre thing on the game show. But let me get on into Dion. Dion is a football coach. That's all he wanted to be. He been doing football coaching for almost a decade now, at the elementary level and the high school level. He won 2 state titles in 19 and 20 over there at Trinity. He moves on up. Now when he went to Jackson State, he knew it was a I'm gonna prove who I am deal. So he accepted that $1.4 million contract. But he didn't know he had to go in there and pay and feed players. I got to go in there. I got to cut the grass myself. I got to go in there and put the lines on the thing. What the athletic director doing? Why he doing all this work? So he went over there. Ain't realizing he shut his mouth. He did what he had to do. Sold the 60K. They said if it makes 30K, if ticket sales is over 30K ticket sales, I get paid. They make sure it was 28. Okay, he had that over there at Prime U. I know about Prime U because I live around Prime U. I'm in Dallas Fort Worth area, and also watched the Dion's Family Playbook. Really wasn't trying to watch it, but hey, I was married at the time. I had to find something we could get along and watch, so I watched it. And he documented that whole situation he was going through. It was based on somebody embezzling money over there because during the charter program, what they do is they give you allocated money for the lunch program. Well, these Negroes that invited Dion to put his name on it, okay, and how he did was coach the football team. That's all he cared about. Which nothing wrong with that. That's what you're. I'm not mad at Dion because he's a expert at football. I actually respect Dion because he stays in his lane. He's a football coach. That's what he does. All right. So they come down there. The state come back there every month. They check it. The Board of Education in Texas, the UIL, they come down there and check it. And the money was missing. Got Dion in a whole lot of trouble. Had to go on down there to the state. Had to go on in there and shut his school down so he don't have to get in no trouble. They finna talking about putting Dion. They were talking about locking Dion up in Texas back in 2015. He almost went to prison. Fooling with
Is that when
Negroes.
he got demoted? I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but is that when he got demoted to offensive coordinator?
No. Well, I just told you. He had to shut his school down. He had to shut it down. You understand what this thing? So he moved on and he went to
Sorry, I'm
Trinity.
multitasking. I apologize.
Yeah. He moved on and he went to Trinity to be an offensive coordinator with Hart, was the guy that coached the linebackers at Jackson State. Somebody would do this whole ass shit. Jackson State, which was Andre Hart. He was the head coach at Trinity and he became offensive coordinator because Deion just wanted to coach. He coached his son, Shador. He moved up to Jackson State. Rest is history. What I'm saying, he done worked with niggas twice before in institution building and got. So damn right with you Negroes. I done paid my community service. I done my internship for you niggas. And I'm moving on up and going up to Colorado and deal with white folks. Because I got keyless about nobody from me. I get to fly on Lear jets, and I can do whatever I need to do. All right, the budget ain't on the damn Alabama $500 million budget, but goddamn it, I'm in a $100 million budget, and at the same time, you can't even research Jackson State's money, but you can research Ohio State, and you can show the research. They'll tell you what abruptly made. Is that all true? Absolutely not. But they're gonna give you a rounded number. Jackson, 89 million.
Hey, please
They
engage the
say that
conversation, please.
they whole
Okay.
university is
Thank you.
$8.8 billion they made. So in Jackson State, you know what they're gonna put on there?
You
They're
know
gonna
what I
say
want to do?
the University of Mississippi medical program, a medical school. That's what they made on
Yeah.
dollars. No, that's they made $13 million. They made $26 million in 2 weeks because of the ticket sales against Jackson State football. So you ain't paying Deion money. And Deion this money got to pay what he got to pay. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, man.
Anybody want to go?
I'm
'Cause, I
back.
mean, I
I'm
can go
back.
again.
You're good.
All right. Here's okay. Number one, dude is right. Dion apparently has a history of trying to help out folks. Like you said, he just want to coach because that's really all he is a football coach. He's not Martin Luther King Sanders. He's not Dion X. He's Deion Sanders. He's a football coach, the former football player. And believe it or not, Deion Sanders is conscious. He's conscious, just like what's the name? Lynch, Marshawn Lynch is conscious. Did you not see them together? When right at the Super Bowl, before the Super Bowl,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
The only person
Yeah.
he would talk to was Deion Sanders. When he was like, "I'm just trying not to get fined," he gave Deion Sanders the interview. They sit up there skidded and gritted because they know what's up. So like you said, he just wanted to coach, and everywhere he turned, people was sucking his blood. Okay, he ran into vampires everywhere he went. And now, thank you for letting me know what was going on with that offensive coordinator situation, because somebody lied to me. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that correcting that. I appreciate that. I ain't got no problems, giving people their props.
Is,
But
isn't the bloodsucker just an after effect of being prime time, though?
I mean,
Unfortunately.
well, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. When you elevate yourself to a higher position, to now you're no longer cashing checks, but you're writing checks, where you're now the employer. Okay, people will always have their hand out. They will always come at you. I think it was some dude, a celebrity. He did a video the other day where some woman, based on how his ex-wife, the dude that got the divorce from the chick that was upset that she only getting $4,000 a month. Y'all know who I'm talking about?
Read that again, please.
One of
Well,
these basketball wives.
right. Yeah, one of these celebrity, reality show people. The chick was mad that she was only getting $4,000 a month in child support. So the dude was out with his kids. He said he had his kids Monday through Thursday. He got with his kids. Some chick comes to him talking crazy, real snarky about him being with his kids like he's a deadbeat dad. And he had to correct her on that. And she said, if your kids wasn't with you, I'd spit on you. And she
Oh,
made
you
a
talking
move.
about
I think his name was Safari or whatever.
he was a rapper, right?
Right. I don't get into that crap.
No, I
But
don't get into it either.
you hear the stories, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but the name is not recollecting that. But I know exactly what you're talking
Right. So his bodyguard had to body slam the chick for making an aggressive move. And this is the problem. People feel so entitled to you and what you're doing and your pockets and your penis and your thoughts. Everybody's trying to police everybody else. And the one thing the one thing I've learned being conscious for as long as I am is that let people do what they do. You can't tell nobody what to do with themselves. Period. The only thing you can control is you. You
about.
know?
Yeah, but I would say this though, bit of truth. You're absolutely right. But if I know that I'm staying on righteousness, if I know that I'm staying on what's right, not just for me, but for others, I don't want you to bring that bullshit to me.
Exactly.
I don't want to bring that. No, I understand what you're saying. I'm not saying that I don't agree with you. I agree with you, but I don't want you to bring that with me. But that's the problem. That's the problem right now.
People bring. It's just like with me. With me, it's two things: religion and homosexuality. I don't care what you do. Just keep that over there and don't try to force it on me. That's
Yeah,
the way
but you
I
know,
do
the
it with
gay
life.
God
Right,
said,
right,
no, I'm
right.
just kidding.
No. Alonzo, see, you gonna
Do whatever you want to do. Just
see, brother,
don't try to force it on me.
see, brother Alonzo, you're gonna make me say the P word, and I don't want to say the P word this morning.
You know?
I'm trying to be nice. Besides,
I mean,
you know.
because
So.
keep
Oh,
on
man.
enforcing their values on you. So why would you try to enforce your values on somebody else? And in all honesty, if anybody actually this is the problem with you can tell who's been raised by
Everything
man
is
and
a
who
force.
hasn't. Because a
Everything is
black man that sees another black man succeeding would congratulate him. And because if y'all are in the same circle, like, yo, put me on.
So that neutrality of saying don't force it on me, that's the reality of everything is a force, and the force of good has to outforce evil. And the fact that good people don't want to use force is the reason why evil is able to prevail. I understand where you don't
It's the
want
heart
to.
of a selfish person, bro.
I understand. You can you hear me?
Yeah.
So
But
I
you can never
understand
change
what
the heart of a selfish person.
I'm not dissing you or jumping down, not trying to get on you or nothing like that.
No, I
But
understand.
I understand why you don't want to say force, and I don't believe in force, but
You don't believe in force?
I'm not gonna say I don't believe in force, but I know you have to push towards something, right? And
Right.
that
Like how
seems
they're
being
pushing
forced.
homosexuality on children in schools.
Yeah, so therefore you have to, so as parents and as real people, I think we've been scared to push because we've been afraid of being called forceful or oppressive. But I don't think that not the problem is if you stop pushing, someone else will push. I don't think we get away from what we'll call force, push. I don't think there's no way around it. There will always be a push or a propaganda or a force with a agenda.
No, I get it. My thing is this: panels like this, you can consider this the pushback for like minds to gather. We may not agree 100% on everything, but as long as we agree on the fundamental parts, everything else we can, just work around or deal with.
Yeah, but the problem is, but the problem is, brother Bitter, right? And I'm going along with you saying, how many people in this space willing to have that of panels like this? I have panels like this. You guys, brother Chi, you guys, brother Alonzo, you guys, brother Pastor, and brother Prince.
You
I
got
don't.
me.
I got you now. Maybe I don't agree on everything, but at least we can find a common goal. But
Exactly.
how many people willing to come to these panels like that? Hardly none. That's my point. That we don't support stuff like that, bro.
This should let you know right off
If,
bat that common sense is so rare that it's a goddamn superpower.
yeah, you ask
No,
people
yeah,
about.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely.
Somebody echoing. Somebody echoing.
Yeah, I think underrated, you might be echoing.
no, I'm not.
Um,
I'm
but
echoing.
Is
I
it
think
I
me?
might
no,
be echoing.
Prince, check the background.
I'm in my car, and then I'm still echoing.
My power.
Let's see.
no,
Nah, it
No,
can't
is
be
it
let's
me.
me?
I ain't on
yeah,
no.
it still is.
Yeah, so it's not me.
It's not me.
Okay, hold on. Now it stopped now.
Okay.
Did
All
No.
it?
right.
All right.
Somebody figure it out. No one say nothing. It's cool.
All right, but to piggyback off of you, Pastor, with the force thing, I think it has to be separated, right? Like, so in contrast with religion and sexuality. So, for example, the agenda definitely is being forced on children today. However, with religion, I don't think is particularly for. I think force has been taken because if you look at good and evil, it's subjective as well. Because Christians and Muslims kill people all the time. But when you look at religion, it's less force and more sharing of a quote unquote joyous thing, right?
Um,
So
I have
they've
to
gotten
challenge
some.
that for a hot second.
Okay.
There was the Spanish Inquisition that forced white people to become Christians, and then for us, there was slavery. After that, it simply became a matter of brainwashing the children. That's why there are white Jesuses up in black churches right now. We're the only race of people on this planet that worship a God that doesn't
That doesn't look like
represent
that.
us because of force. I'm done.
So you're saying that right, that's what I'm saying. There's plenty of Christian crusades, etc., and Muslims and so on, who have brutalized and killed in the name of their God. That's why good and evil is subjective. So I definitely um, understand that additional perspective, right? Um,
Go ahead. I'm sorry. You
but
reminded me of this meme of the story. Yours, when you said it was good and evil was subjective, you reminded me of this meme of two stormtroopers talking about putting handcuffs on Baby Yoda. It was like, why do we have handcuffs for babies? Like, are we the bad guys? I'm sorry. Go on.
but no, it's
Yeah, I
exactly
mean,
true.
everybody know about the. Yeah, 'cause we already know who was the extremist Christian group, Birth of a Nation, the KKK, right?
Yeah, if you have
Yeah.
to inflict harm on somebody or terror for them to conform to your ideology, you're the bad guys.
But that's what all religions have done. I mean, in essence,
That's why I
has
hate you.
yeah. Well, you know what's funny about atheism, right? Let me tell you know people who go to college for theology,
Go on.
and when they graduate and get their degree in theology,
Go
and
on.
then they practice theology,
Hmm.
they become a theist.
I get what you're saying.
Because they realize it's all
So
bullshit.
hold on. So
It's a con.
I grew up
I'm
with a
sorry. I didn't mean to
pastor. I grew up with a pastor. So a lot of pastors are atheists to this world, but are theists to belief.
because it pays the bills.
Eh.
Yeah, I think
Get
they got
along to get
something with
along. Go along to get
Martin
along.
Luther
Is that
King. I think Martin Luther King's what college term papers or something. I know they had released those. He even did a thesis about that
And Martin Luther King was
because he
also an
went.
alpha. He was divine nine, so he had a theistic belief in the Prince Hall society. He's a very complex character if you really want to go into him.
Yeah, he is.
yeah? I mean, look at
And
how he ended, realizing that Malcolm X was right. I mean, he probably believed that Malcolm X was right all along, but when they killed his friend, because they were friends in the end.
They were best of friends. From
Yeah,
65
Mm.
to 68, they was best of friends. Yes, they was.
yeah, they just had a different way of going about it. And for those who have delved into that, I mean, I did a little light delving, but he did a study of Marcus Garvey and was like, "Damn, Malcolm was right." Like,
Wow.
and then he started talking about reparations, and that's when they shot him.
Nigga,
Uh,
y'all
they,
oh
can't get
yeah,
shit from us,
hmm
pal.
Right?
they,
Like you
yeah. He
can
was
get
talking about
all,
going. He was talking about going to the UN too. So anytime somebody talking about
yeah,
yeah,
going to
you
the
can get
yeah.
all the
UN,
Malcolm
civil
X,
rights.
yes, he did. Right.
Yeah,
yeah,
you can
Malcolm
get all the
X,
civil rights you want, but you ain't getting the money.
the crucial
And,
movement.
and even Dr. Martin Luther King, he was following what Malcolm X was going to do at 65. He said, "Yeah, well, I'm going to U.S. government to demand our reparations in 68." And we know what happened. Now, people could go and say, "I'm not saying your brothers, and I'm not saying people in the chat. I'm just talking about people outside. Y'all can say all you want to. That's what happened."
That's why they killed Johnny Cochran. He was about to do the same thing.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
And that's
Yep. He
and,
was.
that's within 30 years ago, family.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Cause he was doing it, yeah. Cause I remember he was talking about it. That's when he was
You
building
can
all them
talk about
Cochran farms.
reparations
Remember
all
that?
you want to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's why he had all. That's why he had all them Cochran law firms he started, because they was gonna be pretty much hubs for the reparations. So they had
Hmm.
Shit, Cochran's the reason the Kardashians are the Kardashians.
Or
Mhm.
for or for us.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Because if it wasn't for
Everybody,
Rob Kardashian being on his legal team with the OJ case,
Yo,
Yeah, the Dream Team.
dream team.
everybody eats
Mhm.
off of the black man except the black man. We do not. Hold
Right.
on.
how do we
Yeah.
change
So,
that?
Okay.
shoot, man, you change that
Okay,
through.
sorry. I had.
You change that. You change that through practice, and you change that through. You change that through practice, and you change that through the next generation of teaching.
Yeah, man.
So,
This is what I look at right there.
and living the message.
Right. I think that with the first thing us as black men, what we gotta do, yeah, do we have a difference of certain things? Yes. But the one thing that we have to have the same mindset of that we want to do for our family and do for our people. And until then, we always going to have this confusion. I'm not talking about your brothers. I'm not talking about the ones in the chat. I'm talking about the ones outside. Until we understand that this gonna be a long time process. It's not gonna come in our lifetime, but we prepare for the next lifetime. Okay, I'm with that. But other than that, us brothers right here, we on our own. But we have to understand, we have to mobilize as one. And
Ooh,
understand this too. We gotta learn to do things underground too. We cannot just let do everything want to be shown and everything. Nah, that's how Marcus Garvey done. It's the underground. Certain thing. They great. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all of them. They did the underground. Police Lumber. They underground. That's how they get things done.
hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell over you. I'm
Got
on my
infiltrated.
walk
All
when
of them got
dog just
infiltrated
popped
too.
out of a gated yard that I didn't expect. But I mean, I hate to give y'all some bad news on the situation, but it's not going to get better in the coming generation, because if you look at not just the social and political, but financial state of this country, in the next 50 years, you'll be lucky that there's a country left talking about first world technology and all of that. This place the inflation is getting worse. The oil reserves are becoming less and less. I'm surprised the gas prices are low like they are right now. And now you got this situation with Russia. China has cut you off from money.
Gas prices are only low because they want to push EVs.
That's cool. But do
Hmm.
understand this situation? I mean, that's just a bad one. But it's getting so much worse to the point where, okay, like this normally triggers people, but relax. When people
No,
talk about,
no. You hear with good people, so ain't no
okay,
need.
when, okay, when people
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
what you gotta
passport
say.
bros, people talk about the passport bros. The problem is that you got too many men who high five each other talking about wives, going to find wives. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not why you're supposed to use your passport. That's for a little boy. But over the age of 30, especially 35, I'll give you some leeway, 35. You need to be going overseas just not only to see the world and different cultures and everything, but when you're going to retire. I'm not especially because
Yeah,
number one,
because
as a black
currency
man
exchange.
being in this country, it does not. I mean, It's hard to find a home as a Black American that does love you. But if you're gonna go somewhere where, I mean, because even in Africa, they don't like you. Okay, but if you're gonna go somewhere where you can live a life at peace, at least make sure that the situation is most favorable for you.
Bitter truth. You know what? That's ironic. Not to cut you off, but you're speaking to somebody who speaks to, ironically enough, I have clients who are passport bros. I have clients, shit, who are on this panel, right? Who
That's
I
what
work
I'm
in
talking
financial
about.
services. And hold on, somebody got an echo. Is that me?
Well, you know what? I hear it, but I mean, I can still hear what you're saying. Oh, and by the way, you and I need to talk, okay? Because I got a trip coming up in June, maybe July, so we need to
No
talk.
problem.
Okay.
So what? I'll put my phone number in the back. Give me a call today.
Okay.
Um, what happens is one of the clients of mine, he uh put a large sum of money away with me, $500,000 from the sale of a property.
Okay.
And he's putting this money away. He's also purchased a life insurance policy of with which he pays $1,000 a month
Ooh.
because he's looking to retire in 10 years and move out of the country. I'm not going to say where, but the country that he wants to move to, you can only purchase houses in cash. Shit, he came off the panel. That's all right. And so he's literally in cash going to purchase this house in 10 years off of the appreciation of the money we put away today. So it is important to do things like sit with financial advisors like myself and plan for that type of shit. You know, I know I'd be hijacking. Go ahead, Prince B.
But
Mm,
brother Lonzo, do you feel comfortable that I give out your number to brother Bitter on his email? Do you feel better for that? If you feel good about it, if not, let me know.
Absolutely, please do.
Okay, I send it out through the email then. I take care of that part.
Thank you.
yeah, I mean,
Hey, I
yeah, the
gotta go,
passport
but hey,
brother.
I gotta go
Okay.
real quick. But
Go ahead.
I have a new channel called Pass the Real because my other channel got shut down. So subscribe to Pass the
Pastor,
Real.
put it in the main chat, and also put in the back chat, but put it in the main chat so we can hit that.
Okay, so it's Pass the Real, and y'all stay up, brothers. Y'all stay blessed.
All right.
All right. Peace out. Yeah, what I was gonna say about the passport brothers. Yeah, I think a lot of times these passport brothers be they be knowing the game, but they just want to sell you the fame, right? So they know what the hell they doing. A lot of them going, they claim they going over there for that one thing, but they going over there for a plethora of things. I never bought into it because I already know they did their research on the currency exchange, how far the dollar go, and they just placating to the women just to get you to smash the like and subscribe buttons. So you know you're not hustling me on that. I know you going over there because the dollar's longer for everything you want to do, homes and all that kind of stuff. Cause I done my research on it years ago, so I never bought into that. And I ain't dissing the brothers over there because uh, they just embracing the culture over there. So, but the main thing you gotta know how to speak the language if you're gonna go over there. If you don't know how to speak the language, you don't have no business being over there. That's the only thing I say about it. So, like a brother said, he gonna take him 10 years. By the time he get there, he know how to speak fluent wherever he going.
And that's it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think what it is, like, I want to go more the bit of truth and what he's saying, and that there's no, I'm not giving up on our people like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a self. That means I don't care about our liberation of our people. Nah, I'm not gonna give up. I feel that it has to be a certain time. Us as black men, when are we going to stand up? No matter what living you have, what status you're in, when it's going to be a time that we're going to stand up. And Sonny brought out, he said, what a weak and defeated statement.
Yeah, I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
think that the problem with it's more working class black folks than it is criminal class black folks. Everybody know that. Okay, so and you know, so there's more people clocking in the clock. It's really just understanding how to capitalize financially in this world. That's really what it's about. So you can put yourself in
Sorry
positions
about
where
that.
No
you can
problem.
have your kids where you want to have your kids. You can teach your kids how you want to teach your kids. That's the power you got to do. So you got to learn. You got to be willing to have an open mind and learn new ways to do things to gather resources. That's what I'm doing. You know, all 23 is learning that, all kind of ways to gain new resources because the business I'm in right now is suffering right now, and I'm glad it's suffering because it's making me move my ass on it to broaden my horizons. So everything that happens bad sometimes it benefits you and opens because a lot of people get rich off downtimes. A lot of people don't get rich off uptimes. They get rich when shit changes. Something changing their career, they got to move on and find another avenue stream. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Dedicate that until I master that. Then go to the next thing and master that. You know. So that's really what it's about out here. And then people ain't interested in getting this money or learn how to be able to invest their money in a lot of different ways. I can't fool with you. I don't need to be hanging around. You don't need to be talking to you.
Yeah,
You know,
you're
that's how
right.
it got to be. And you ain't got to have a
Yeah.
whole lot of money to even invest. You know, because some people, you know, there's different ways to invest your money in, man. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna end this right now, but this how I do a bit of truth. I say you say your last remarks, Chris say his last remarks, but Alonzo like that, and that's how I do it. So what we going to do? Bit of truth, y'all exchange numbers in the back chat. That is good, and I hope that you come back.
I'm sub, so because I think you're sub to me. Because I mean,
Are you
you
ready?
don't randomly sub to people unless they're subscribed to me.
Oh, okay. Let's check it out. Let's check it out right
All
now.
right.
I'm at my word. If I was not subscribed to you, I get you.
Mhm. Well, I think I subbed to you, Bitter Truth, after I met you on Marcus Aurelius, the Keep It 100 panel.
Oh, that's my boy. That's who's going on
Yeah.
the trip.
So ask him about, there's a guy he knows by the name of Marty McFly,
Yeah, that's his
who can,
boy.
so that the guy with the half a mil,
Uh-huh.
that's my client, is Marty McFly.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Mm.
Me and him was talking
Okay.
about Marty yesterday.
Say
Okay.
again?
We was talking about Marty yesterday in a good way.
You know what? We'll talk later. We'll talk after this.
Yeah.
Exactly. Bit of truth. Make your last remarks and stay.
My last
Brother
remark.
Alonzo Hall, make your last remarks and stay. And Prince, make your last remarks and stay. Now make my last remarks. We're gonna close it as a family.
My last remarks is take care of people who are reciprocal. Because this is how you grow. Hey, each one teach one. That's what this is. You know what I'm saying? We all in a circle, learning from each other, growing together, keeping away from the BS, recognizing it, and washing our hands of it. We laugh at this stuff, and we keep pushing forward. That's all I got to say on it.
Yeah, and pass the word out. This is a good time, Bit of truth. Pass it out, man. Pass it out. Okay. Brother Alonzo Hall, last remarks, please.
So real quick, one thing I want to say, we do often focus on, black men needing to do better and black men needing to step up. I think we also do need to talk about and give kudos to those of us, like the four of us here, whom are doing that. Because that gets overshadowed by the non-doers. Um, and then, my usual wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. When people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.
Thank you. Stay right there. Brother Prince, as you before I get to Brother Prince, check your email because I want to do a chop up with you and let me know as soon as you can. But last remarks, please, as always.
Yeah, man, and that's really what it's about. It ain't about It ain't about the Dr. Umars of the world. It's about the Alonzo Halls, the bitter truths, the Prince Pierres of the world, man. Guys is really about it. Yeah, man. Is I'm race first? Yes, I'm race first every day, every day. But you got to be business first too. So I can't be doing business with lackluster Negroes. You know, I don't got no time for you. And what that mean is, man, you got to be doing square with business. It got to be reciprocity off the business. I hear this running y'all mouths and then go to your site and you ain't got nothing ready. No, listen, there's prominent guys that's doing that out here right now. You know, hustling, telling you one thing and ain't got nothing ready though. You understand me? So look like what you need to do is you need to get yourself ready. You understand me? Find you some other avenues on how you make you some money. You understand me? And then when you're ready to really come out here and do for the people, then you have your ducks in a row. And that's really what's wrong with a lot of black folks. They ain't got their ducks in a row, man, before they talk. You know, like when I had that water, I still got it. When I had it ready. I had everything ready. But I realized that you cannot cater to one demographic. You got to make a universal product because you already know in the art of selling a Negro, you have to know it is what it is out here. Okay? We learned from Dion, he built him a platform down there and then he sold it to who? Colorado, because Colorado was willing to pay for it, right? So you just got to go where the market is reciprocal to you, and then you take your money back and then try to get people around you that are willing to learn and willing to follow and willing to learn what you know, and that's when you invest in people. And you just can't be investing in these Negroes that's out the blue. It ain't gonna work for you.
That's true. And me also too, brother Prince, underrated too. Just messing with you. You didn't put me in, but it's I know the truth.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I put you in there. Yeah, I thought I said your name. My bad.
Yeah, no, that's all right. But Prince, but check your email before I can tell you. Check your email because I did send out to you because I want to do a chop off with you. But whatever time is good for
All
you,
right.
let me know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
check it here in a sec, man. All right.
I got you. You can take your time, no problem. But I would say this though too. This has been a great conversation. I'm glad Bit of Truth. Please come back. You are more than welcome. And we this the conversation has to evolve like this, and it has to be action, and it has to be pressure. It has to be pressure. So what we have to do, we have to pressure. Now, I mean, within ourselves, yes, to too, but uh, the thing, what happened, and what's going on in this USA is not good. It's not good. So us as black men, we got to find other avenues to be in conversations that's gonna stimulate for us, and even some black women that do advocate for us too, because there are some who advocate for us too, and they needs to be protected too. And it takes us to teach our children. Now, there's something not like Brother Bill truly said, even Lonzo Hall, Brother Prince, and other people, and they don't want to be teach. Hey, look, there is the garbage can. You can put them in there and throw them out. There's no more second-handed conversation no more. There's no, I think there ain't no thinking no more. Are you gonna do? Are you gonna be with this or you're not? And that's the slogan. That's the thing that I'm gonna come at it going into 2023. Well, I've been doing that anyway. Let me say that, but I'm gonna say that more often. Are you gonna do or you're not gonna do it? And then sometimes it doesn't take a lot of money to change things, but money does help. But you got to start from somewhere. And any black man that is willing to put his time out there, you need to respect that, and you need to refurbish that person because that person cares for his people. Because we have to understand the elements out here do not care for our people, and especially the black man. You see what happened. I'm gonna say one last thing. I'm gonna let this go. You see what happened in the Democratic Party back in 2020, how they treat us as black men. And that's all I'm going to say. That if that do not, and I'm not saying the brothers on here, I'm talking about brothers brothers not in the chat. I'm talking about brothers that are in the clouds. If that don't move you, or even the brothers that saying today, do not move you, we cannot help you. We cannot help you. On behalf of my channel, The Underrated Darkness, this is yours truly, the one and only BK Black Boss, aka the #1 grinder. This is the last of the morning real talk. Part 45, part 46 will be very, very soon. I want to thank Sister Coco Tina, Sister I love to talk. I want to welcome Bit of Truth Show. Thank you. Want you to check out his channel. Check out Brother Prince channel. Check out Lala Hall channel. Check out Brother Pastor Luke channel. Check out Brother Shee's channel. Check out Brother Big Deuce channel. His channel is Fourth Quarter Talk. Want you to check out that channel too. And understand this. It's up to us now. We got to do this. It's now or never. So good afternoon. Peace to you and your families. This one is Ghettos. Stay blessed, stay blessed, stay blessed. Good afternoon.